Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Original Content Self-Inflicted. I'm Mr. Meme, and with me today I have Spooky.
Hello, I'm your ghost with the most.
And our special guest today, Bob from the
Hey
Steel
kids.
Donut.
Hey kids, how's it going?
what?
Oh yeah,
What?
he was
Sorry to
very,
cut you off there. I jumped in too soon.
Why did
he
you?
was very.
That new intro line for you is very, it's very fitting.
It's actually
Yeah.
not a new intro line. Hey kids, how's it going? It was my intro line. It's been on my intro line on aesthetic videos for years.
Oh yeah.
So
I've
after
only,
we retired the steel donut, I just decided to go with that for basically
I
everything.
I only ever I've only ever seen the Disney Extreme Skate Adventures, and it was really funny. I need to watch those.
So it's
I mean,
awesome.
yeah.
And today we're diving headfirst yet again into the shark-infested waters of the Alvin and the Chipmunks fandom with a one-of-a-kind story, the first kind that I've personally seen. This is Psychopaths by
Well,
Colonel Shaw.
well,
Oh my god.
technically, this isn't the first Alvin and the Chipmunks zombie story.
Technically, but this,
Well, I mean, it's like one of those things where, like, you know how The Simpsons did it. I think in the Alvin and the Chipmunks fandom, you can find not only can you find any plot being done by the Chipmunks, but you can also find an earlier version of any plot. It goes back in an infinite regress to the
Yeah,
beginning of
yeah.
time.
Like it's a similar thing with Loud House, but Loud House just isn't as old. But there's like a crossover with literally fucking everything.
Yeah,
There's like a Common Writer Loud House crossover section that has like 50 stories or some
Jesus.
shit.
that's
It's
50
a
more than I would have predicted, but
yeah, and most of them are written by the same person.
that's not surprising.
Yeah. Anyway,
so yeah, so
I
you,
saw
just
this. Can I read this? Or no, you know what? One of you read the description because I'm going to be narrating. So
yeah.
yeah,
And
so
oh god, this I'll do the description.
sure.
In the far off year of 2022, the
Mhm.
Taliban set a gas on a small town, a gas that ruins the minds of people,
Oh my
turning them
god.
into psychotic killers. Theodore, a lone cop, must return to his home once again and dispatch the remaining 5 psychopaths.
Remaining five?
The
Yeah,
remaining.
yeah,
I
it's
guess you know
like
what they did think about this because if everybody's turned into a psychotic killer, that means that everybody's killing at least one person. So that's
probably
immediately the town's population's cut in half.
yeah, and also since like because spoiler alert, this story is very reminiscent of the Crazies, despite what the author says, and that story was set in like rural Pennsylvania. As someone
Yeah,
who's grown up there, there's already like 10 people in any given town.
this is so similar to the Crazies already.
Don't worry.
Just from the
The author,
description, this is
the
so
author,
similar.
don't worry. The author firmly establishes that it is not the Crazies. It is
It's not
not like the
inspired
Crazies.
by; it's stolen from.
And also, he says the 2010 movie, the 2010
Yeah.
Crazies, not the original one.
Well, yeah, he hasn't seen the original one. He didn't even know there was an original one.
Yeah, like he thinks that Kong Skull Island was a remake of the Peter Jackson King Kong.
Yeah, that's it. That's yeah.
So, anyways, we're gonna get started here with Chapter One: Chemical Warfare. That is a
Oh,
Okay.
amazing first chapter name. Uh,
Accurate.
yeah.
yeah. Also, I
AN.
can't believe this guy predicted that the Taliban would bomb a town in Pennsylvania last year. I can't believe he predicted that.
I mean, is the Taliban? It's. I think it's really
He
sort of
will.
uplifting. Very crude, crass way. It's sort of uplifting that he imagined that the Taliban would be the major force against the U.S. in the
Yeah.
year 2022. Like how generous of him.
I mean, from where it's going, I feel like we're gonna topple under our own weight.
Yeah. Well, they
Oh,
didn't realize that the main enemy of the U.S. would be itself.
yeah.
So, yes. So, AN.
Alvin and the
Well,
Chipmunks.
Al-
Mhm.
Alvin and Chipmunks, indeed. Well, this is my first M-rated story because it has a lot of swearing and violence. It is told from Theodore's POV.
Yeah, in
Right.
case a fucking rarity.
This story
Yeah.
And
idea does not come from, nor was it inspired by the 2010 movie The Crazies. It's just a random idea we had. Yeah, I had. Yeah, sure. Whatever you
uh
say,
huh.
Yeah.
buddy.
Sure. Uh,
Enjoy. We're gonna
Chapter
enjoy.
1.
Do you think he added that note afterwards, or do you think it was there when he first uploaded? Because if it was there when he first uploaded, that is such a dead giveaway.
We'll
Well,
have to.
This was
We'll have to
published
check
in
to see if
2010.
anyone says like, "Dude, you ripped off the Crazies."
Right. We'll check the reviews, and that'll tell us whether he added it. Anyway.
Or maybe we'll just find more crazy people.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
It's
Chapter
Alvin
1,
and the
Chemical
Chimunks.
Warfare. It's the year 20. I haven't done the Theodore voice in a long time, so I'm sorry if this is a little rusty.
Yeah, this is all just like an elaborate ploy to get you to do the voice again.
Yeah. It's the year 2022. No, the world didn't end in 2012, but there was a terrorist bombing at the U.S. Embassy. Which one?
All of them.
There's more than one embassy. You do.
But there's like
that.
one, like all the other embassies call it the embassy. You know, they know which one's like the real one.
The embassy. This is
the Taliban just bombed them all. They have the resources, totally.
Apparently.
The war on terror, hyphenated for some reason, hadn't stopped. If anything, it got worse. Which is, okay.
I mean,
last
maybe.
month, the Taliban gained control over a chemical that really messed people up.
Something got into my hand, made it go bad.
Oh man, a bad chemical. No.
I wonder what this chemical could be.
It caused them to become psychotic, killing beings. I love that. They don't want to say killing people because they're like, they also killed animals. Like, instead of saying people.
Oh yeah, they're chipmunks.
Becoming homicidal. No, killing beings.
Oh yeah, some of them are chipmunks.
Yeah, some of them are chipmunks. Some of them are spiritual beings floating around crystals, and you kill them all.
Some of them, are like weird, like aliens from Doctor Who that like.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
All of them?
All of them, yeah. All the Doctor.
They're killing beings, dude.
Yeah,
killing beings, yeah. But like, it's like again, it's like to reference Awakened Alive. It's like they always call them those things.
The Taliban set the gas into a missile and shot it towards a small city in America as a warning shot. That's not a warning shot.
No. It's like whatever you want to whatever
that's terrorism first and foremost.
whenever someone invades your home to fire a warning shot, you shoot them in the kneecap.
Yeah,
that's a warning shot.
A warning shot directly to the chest. Oh. And
don't worry.
That was a warning shot. Next time it'll be worse. Next time, I don't think there'll be a next time. I'm about to bleed out.
Oh God, I'm dying.
The small city they chose was my hometown. The gas settled over the town and infected many. The Taliban did not count on the fact that some were immune. Unfortunately, many of those immune were killed off by the psychos.
Okay, so you didn't really have to add that plot point into your story.
Yeah, so
already gonna die.
Yeah.
Well, he's just trying to establish later on that I'm assuming Theodore is immune or somebody.
I guess he's got the chipmunk gene.
Yeah, the chipmunk gene. There's one gene that if you disable this gene, it turns chipmunks into humans.
Oh no!
The one chipmunk gene.
No.
We all have a latent chipmunk gene. We all have a latent chipmunk gene.
It's like Animorphs.
You turn it on, we all become chipmunks.
It's like Animorphs. You fucking you turn it off and you just turn back into a human. Isn't that the most
turn back into a human? Yeah. That sounds like a really fun idea for
Oh my God! The dude who wrote the Predator was barking up the wrong tree. Autism is the next step in human evolution. It's chipmunks.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
the progression of man thing where it's like the monkey standing up into a human. There should be one. The continuation of it is a human crouching down into a chipmunk.
No, it's just it's just that transparent PNG of Theodore.
Yeah. I have been a cop for 5 years now. I was out of town at the time, working on a case for the chief, when the missile struck. What kind of cop? When I returned, he could have been a federal agent, but he's a cop.
It's just a regular, fucking down under
just like a regular hometown friendly neighborhood cop who just happens to also have missions that take him outside his own jurisdiction.
Did he go to like a fucking neighboring like town for this? Because
maybe it's like such a really rural area where they've got like one police station.
Yeah, I remember
like lots of little towns around that don't.
The town is so rural. It's literally like a gas station, a Dollar General, and then like 5 houses and a planetarium.
It's in like a desert, like it's in the middle of nowhere. Like nobody even has heard of this rural town.
Did I ever tell the story on the Steel Donut about the time that I was passing through? I actually, you know what? I don't want to say the town's name because it's a small town in Kansas, and I don't want to just besmirch a small town. But it was this really weird. Like I pulled over for gas because I was traveling with my girlfriend at the time, and we went into the town, and there were literally like 4 houses, one of which was burned to the ground. There was just like the burned wreckage of a house, and then a tin shack which had the words City Hall written on it, but city was spelled Citie. It had 2 gas stations and a Mexican restaurant just named Mexican Restaurant. That was it. That was the whole town. It was one street and then a crossroad that got onto the highway, and that was it.
That sounds like
a bomb testing site. Where the hell did you go to?
That sounds like a place they'd go to in The Simpsons.
Yeah, it was weird. And when we went there was the 2 gas stations. I went to the first gas station because there was a long line for one pump at the other gas station, and it kind of went out into the street. So I was like, I'll just go to this one. I go to this gas station, and I'm about to pump gas, and I see it says out of order. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I can just go inside and get like a brisk for me and my girlfriend. And so I go inside, and the guy's standing there at the counter, and I didn't see a car outside, so presumably he walked to work. But I go in there and I go to the fridge and I grab 2 brisks and I walk back to the counter, and he says, "Oh, I can't sell that to you." And I was like, "Oh, sorry, why?" And he was like, "Oh, our power's out. There's no electricity, and so the fridges aren't working, so I can't sell that to you." And I'm thinking to myself, like, why are you here? Like, I can't buy anything here. I can't buy gas. You're out of gas. You're out of electricity. Just close.
Did you walk into it?
And then so we go to the other gas station, and we're at the only pump that's not diesel because it's just a long line of pickup trucks that are selling that all need diesel. And I saw one of the guys. They're all standing outside their trucks, and they're all chatting and stuff. And I'm filling up.
Do they all have truck nuts?
I didn't see. I saw a couple. I didn't see all of them having truck nuts. I'm pretty sure I saw like 1 or 2. This was years ago. So, and so they're all standing there chatting, and none of them gave me a hard time or anything. And then one of them got out of line because it was taking too long, and he went to the other pump across from me, and he starts filling up. And I didn't realize that it was like a diesel pump versus the other pumps, and I guess he didn't either because he starts filling up, and then he stops. And he goes, "Oh, shit." And all the people in line, they all stop their conversation and they look at him, and I look at him, and he goes, "Oh, shit, I need a diesel." And then everybody just starts laughing and laughing because he's filled his car up with non-diesel, like gasoline or whatever. Yeah. And so then he pulls out like a rubber tube, and instead of siphoning it out into like a canister or whatever, he doesn't even siphon it. He doesn't have a canister. He starts sucking it through the tube into his mouth and spitting it onto the ground. And everyone's just laughing at him. And I'm like, I should get out of here before this place explodes. And he just spat. As I left, he was still just spitting gasoline onto the ground. And I was like, this guy's going to die in 20 seconds. I need to leave. And I never went there again.
Did you walk onto the set of the Hills Have Eyes remake?
It felt like it. Yeah. I don't think you mean remake. I think you mean the 2007 or whatever Hills Have Eyes movie, which is, of course, the original.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen it.
No, I'm kidding because of the Crazies thing.
Oh, yeah, the Crazies. I'm sorry. I'm a fake horror movie fan.
No, I was just referencing what's on screen right now. The
Oh,
story came from the 2010 movie The Crazies.
Whoa, Bob,
Yeah,
what are you talking about? The author said this wasn't inspired by the Crazies.
Oh, sorry, not inspired. Not
like
inspired.
the movie came out the movie that came out 10 years ago, RoboCop.
Yeah, that great movie that came out 10 years ago. RoboCop.
Yeah, it was so good. It was
yeah.
I find it kind of weird how people said that RoboCop was also a movie back in like the 80s. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, it's
well, the script. I'm assuming the script floated around or something, but
one of those
they finally
Mandela
made it.
Effect. It's one of those Mandela effect things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue. God damn.
Anyway. Okay. Sorry for that long tangent.
Don't worry. We do lots of funny anecdotes.
I'm very careful not to name the town because I've actually seen Google Maps of the town now, and they've expanded quite a bit. So I don't want to just besmirch a town that's not even like that anymore. I have been a cop for 5 years now. I was out of town at the time working on a case. Yeah. When I returned, I saw the Crazies running around. Are you sure this wasn't inspired by the Crazies? Are you sure? I dispatched a few and made my way to the police station. You really just killed a couple people.
Yeah, it's like...
Yikes. You didn't try to find out what's going on. He just blew their heads off.
Okay, to be fair, we're going to play devil's avocado here. We don't have context. They could have been coming at him for all we know. I don't know.
They could have, but how about a warning shot in the knee?
Well, no, yeah, that's what I mean. It was a warning shot. He shot them in the head.
Yeah.
It's a warning
shot.
Next
time it'll be worse.
It warns all of the other ones.
Yeah. It's a warning to everybody else. Yeah, that's
what
it is.
It just reminds me of that green text where I own a musket for home defense.
Yeah.
And he shoots him with a cannon.
I dispatched a few and made my way to the police station where I found the chief. He was held up in his office. After calling for evacuation... What does he mean held up? After calling for evacuation, we escaped. A few days later, the chief came to me with a mission. He told me there were only 5 psychopaths left in the town we had evacuated from.
How does he know? You know, it's a bit suspicious that only the cops survived.
I don't understand. Yeah, well, I mean, they all have guns. They just shoot everybody they want to anyway.
No, it's a rural Pennsylvania town. Everyone at least has, like, 2 hunting rifles.
That's true. But I don't so this person's racing through the plot. Like, he's just skipping past all the details I would have wanted to hear about. Like, we could have had a whole chapter dealing with, like, making your way into the police station. They made a whole game out of it. It was Resident Evil 2. And, like... You know, like, you could have had a whole thing there. You could have had a conversation with the chief. But he says held up in his office. What was he held up with? Paperwork? Or was he held up with, like, Crazies standing around? Like, and then he just called evacuation.
I assume they're implying that he barricaded himself in his office
Probably.
to prevent, like, any of these killers.
But then they call evacuation and people listen.
Yeah, because they're cops.
Okay, but why didn't you just leave anyway? Like, if all my neighbors were trying to kill me, I wouldn't stay. No job is worth that. I mean, what other reason do you have to stay?
Kill people without repercussions.
I guess.
Okay, so you were already a psychopath. The gas didn't affect you. You were already a psycho.
Yeah, that's why it didn't affect him.
Okay.
He's a carrier.
Okay. Well, I don't think he's a carrier. I don't think the gas has an effect on him because he's already all fucked up.
Yeah. Actually, when he breathes in the gas, he breathes out pure air.
Yeah, it makes him better.
No, he makes the air quality better because
I see.
The gas.
He's a personal fucking, like, air purifier, just like...
Yeah, he's like a HEPA purifier.
He is. He's a super soldier made by the U.S. government to, like, patrol small towns and, I don't know, hand out parking tickets.
That feels like sci-fi version of Breacher. He told me there may also be survivors, and that is why the military cannot bomb the town. That's right. The military is like, ooh, I want to bomb this town. Please let me bomb it. Oh, there are civilians. Ah, dang.
Oh,
damn. Well, man, no, they're American civilians.
I really want to
destroy
this town in the middle of nowhere.
They're American civilians. It's okay.
Oh, you're right. American civilians is the problem.
Yeah.
If they were not American civilians, then who cares?
Yeah, I mean, like, Just be American.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. The system makes perfect sense. The military's there to kill other people's civilians, and the police are here to kill our civilians.
Yeah.
Get your jobs straight, people.
And the National Guard do,
Yeah, the National Guard are waiting.
someday.
They're waiting
Someday.
to be useful.
And
The
they are,
Coast Guard watches out for, like, dolphin civilians to kill or something. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, all dolphins are monsters.
Yeah, that's true.
and then the Air Force is just somewhere up in the sky just shooting ducks down.
So is all dolphins are monsters? That's Adam, like
All
Ahab, but Adam.
I guess, yeah. All dolphins are rapists.
Adar.
You know, dolphins like prod pufferfish because they can get high off the toxins.
Yeah, I
They're
would.
fucking-
I mean, if I was a dolphin, I would too.
I mean, yeah. What the fuck else are you gonna do in the ocean? It sucks.
Hey, come on. Land sucks just as much.
True.
He handed me a folded piece of paper and told me not to open it until I was inside the city. He handed me a fully loaded pistol with extra clips.
Just a pistol. Just a pistol. You know
I
what?
don't
Sorry.
keep it loaded, son, so you're gonna have to find ammo along the way.
In fact, you're not even.
Yeah.
In fact, you're not supposed to wear that armor. Strip naked. You're going in there with only your undies.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah. It's like, you really, sir, with like, you bought an armored truck. There's like you couldn't have afford to give me like, I don't know, a better gun, like
No.
a rifle, just a
No, he's
handgun.
cop. Cops use handguns to kill civilians. Military use big guns to kill civilians.
True.
I'm just as we're reading this, I'm trying to wrap my head around like, why did this need to be an Alvin and the Chipmunks story?
I asked myself the same
I'm just like,
question.
that's the thought that's going through my head right now. I'm just trying to figure out what about this premise did they say, you know, who needs to be here?
Fucking Theodore, dude.
Alvin and like, I ask myself that question all the time. Like, wow, this is a really cool post-apocalypse story. Why are there horses? Why are there ponies?
Yeah.
Why?
And also, why Theodore? Why did they pick Theodore out of everyone else? You pick the one chipmunk, whereas his only characteristic is that he's fat and loves food.
He's gonna eat the zombies.
Well, yeah, they eat him, he eats them.
Yeah,
actually, he's gonna ask the same question here in a second. Now I am flying in a helicopter to my hometown, where I grew up. I fidgeted in my seat.
Oh my fucking god!
I thought, why couldn't there have been some sort of elite group sent in?
Oh my
when
god!
When the helicopter touched down at the city gates, when the helicopter touched down at the gates of the city, I hopped off. I nodded my thank you to the pilot. Always thank the pilot.
Yeah, always.
And he flew off. I was alone in the darkness and silence of the city. I looked at my watch. 7:46. It was growing dark.
Okay, I just realized the author is right. This isn't the Crazies. This is fucking Dead Rising.
Yeah.
This is literally
yeah.
Right down to the Psychopaths.
Yeah.
This is just Dead Rising. It's fucking Willamette, Colorado. Chipmunk capital of the world.
I was thinking more Resident Evil, but I think Dead Rising's more of a better fit.
I think they're doing a little of all of them.
I think so.
Which, in a way, actually does make it different, right? That does make it its own thing. It's just that it's all very cliche at this point, because they took all the, like, common tropes from the stuff instead of taking the unique elements and kind of mixing and matching them together.
Yeah, it like incorporates bits of Resident Evil, that game from 2002.
Yeah, of course. That game from 2021.
Yeah.
I think that was when Resident Evil 2 came out.
I think
so, yeah.
Why did they go from Resident Evil 8 to Resident Evil 2? That's so weird.
I know.
It's crazy. What I want to know is why did it take them, it took them 20 years to release Resident Evil 2 after Resident Evil 1, but they released Resident Evil 4 in between them?
Yeah, they're doing it all out of order. It's so weird.
I actually think it's kind of brilliant. It's like some, like, weird, like, pretentious cinematic word storytelling, non-linear storytelling.
Non-linear bullshit.
Yeah.
Achronological.
Yeah.
I took out the paper that the chief had given me. I unfolded it and struggled to read the handwriting in the dark. My eyes widened. I suddenly understood why it was me who had to destroy the 5 remaining. The first name and location was on the list. I wondered why you weren't scrolling. Okay. Name: Alvin Seville. Hypothesized location: Army recruiter.
That's an
I slowly.
occupation, not a location.
Yeah, not a. Okay. I slowly folded the paper and shook my head. I knew it had to be done. I began to walk towards the recruiting station, with only the soft sounds of my footsteps to break the eerie silence.
Well, that's
all of the first chapter. Thanks for reading.
God. I will say recruiting, army recruiting. He could put in station right there and would make sense. But like,
Yeah.
you just
The army surplus store. Alvin was doomsday prepping. He was right. I credit to him. I guess he was kind of onto something because the town did get bombed. But I mean, like, I don't know if he was doing it for the right. I think he just wanted to be like live out his like weird post-apocalyptic fantasies. The same reason why anyone builds a bomb shelter.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, like, I don't know, the people who are afraid of the end of the world and then get all their guns and stuff. I don't trust any of them at all.
Yeah,
like, they're the people I trust least.
Yeah, especially considering like they upload videos of like, listen, you want to hit pharmacies after the bombs drop and steal all the medication.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, okay, so you're the asshole here.
You're
the reason. It's like,
Also,
it's so weird to me when I hear people say shit like, oh, it would be a great, we could all be living your hippy dippy life, but, people's greed would get in the way. And I'm like, dude, the reason that people's greed get in the way is because of people like you who think greed gets in the way and therefore give yourself the excuse to be greedy.
yeah.
Like, if you just lower your fucking gun for a second, we could all just share. It'd be fun.
Yeah, share these. Sorry for the warning shot, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Sorry for the warning shot, of course.
I don't. Right. I don't know why it had. I'm sorry. I used my shotgun.
Yeah, and I don't know why it had to go into your brother's face, but you know what?
Yeah, he'll walk it off.
He'll walk it off. Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh my God, he's walking it off! Oh.
Holy shit! He's a zombie.
Oh
Kill him.
My God. Hi guys.
Chapter 2, Recruiting Station. AN. For those of you that are reading, here is the next chapter.
What? Okay. You do not... That's really all you have to say. I know that it's the next chapter. I'm here. I'm here. For those of you that are reading is also not necessary. The only way I can read the words is by reading the words.
Holy shit.
I love author's notes that are only there because the author feels obligated to put them there.
Put an author's note, yeah. Like, you could just let it
That
go.
happens all the fucking time in Rogue Galade.
It happens way too much.
You're like, author's note. Thanks for reading. Like...
The only thing that's better than
actually, I should rewind a second. Thanks for reading is still more information than for those of you that are reading. Here is the next chapter, because he's not even saying thank you for reading my story. He's just saying here it is.
My favorite. The only things that are better than these are the ones where they have the fucking characters come in and talk to them, and especially when they threaten the fucking readers.
Oh my gosh, yeah! If you leave a mean review, then I'll come to your house, and it's like, what are you doing?
I remember I read this one. I remember it was one of the first Pokemon fanfics I ever read. It was this fucking edgy ass story about an Umbreon. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And one of the things I would always do is like, oh, you're gonna fucking be an asshole. Well, and then an asterisk ignites Shadow Claw. Which, first off, Umbreon can't even learn that move.
Yeah. Wow. Well.
Anyway,
yeah.
So
that shows you what a cool and powerful character they are.
Yeah, he is. He was a shiny too.
Oh.
Oh, fancy.
Nice.
Fancy schmancy.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right. Recruiting station. I made my way down the city streets towards the army recruiting station. My target was my brother, Alvin Seville. I sighed. I knew I had to do this. I just didn't know how it was going to go down. As I made my walk towards the recruiting station and towards my now insane brother, I began to remember a certain memory.
So So there's flashbacks in this.
Flashback.
Yeah.
I quickly jumped over the trash can, barely dodging the projectiles that flew past me. I crouched down next to my brother, Alvin. He sat, reloading his gun. He barely acknowledged... You said barley earlier. He barely acknowledged that I had just landed next to him. We were in our front yard, having a Nerf gun fight with the Chipettes. It was boys against girls. Simon and Jeanette sat on the porch swing watching. Of course they were. They both were out within the first few minutes of the game.
They're nerds.
Yeah, and now they're dead.
They're dead. They're in hell where they belong.
Yeah. Chipmunk hell.
That's Chipmunk hell. Is just like they're like.
There's gotta be a story where Chipmunk hell is a thing.
I hope so. I hope it's like
in human hell. In human hell, they make you sing all the time, but in Chipmunk hell, you're not allowed to sing.
Oh, hi, Arthur.
Hello.
Hey. Okay, so we're in the middle of near the beginning of chapter 2. So, do you guys know who's going to be Alvin and who the other characters are?
I'll be Alvin because I voiced Alvin in other.
I'll assume you guys got that all figured out then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Where were we? We were in the front yard they got out in the first few minutes. Yeah. Alvin loaded his small pistol Nerf gun with darts. He cocked it. He turned to me.
I mean, yeah, I guess you do cock Nerf guns.
Yeah.
Need any of this?
He held up his ammo pack. I took it and quickly reloaded my weapon. A foam dart sailed over the trash can.
Who wants to be Brittany?
Come on out, cowards!
We heard Brittany yell. Alvin fixed his protective goggles. He double-checked his weapon to see if it was cocked. Then he smiled. He turned to me.
Cover me,
he said. I nodded. I stood and ran out from behind the trash can, firing my weapon randomly. Why did you fire at a target? Fire was directed towards me. They hit me. I was out.
And then the police chief walked up and said, "Son, I was so impressed with your performance that I'm going to put you on the police force."
And that was 5 years ago, and now here we are. And now you know the rest of the story.
Yeah.
All right. As Eleanor and Brittany focus... By the way, he did not cover him. That is not covering someone. That is getting out.
Yeah, it's...
Alvin didn't even do anything.
Yeah,
he just cover me, and then Theodore just ran out there and got shot.
Prick.
Like, God damn it, Theodore! You fucking. This is what you're saying.
I said cover me. I said cover me. I did not say I was gonna cover you.
This is why your thing is eating, Theodore.
Yeah, go back to your lunch or whatever.
Go back. Go and get your degree in eating.
Yeah, it's like, just like I'm just thinking. Like, do you think Theodore would be a good cook? Like he definitely has.
I'm pretty sure he is.
In some canon, in some different versions of the canon, he I believe he is a good cook.
He is in like one of them. He is in one of the other Chipmunk stories we're going to cover, like the big long one where there's a Heaven's Gate style mass suicide.
Don't spoilers.
Wow.
That's the old. Listen, that's in the first like.
Excuse me while I retract my eyebrows from the back of my head. What did you just say?
Yeah, there's an Alvin like Simon
Heaven's Gate style mass suicide.
Yeah, like
not
Simon,
the way that sentence should have ended.
Like fucking or like whatever the cult was that like where they all drank poison.
Oh no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying they're wrong.
Yeah, like Simon gets abducted for being too smart, and he gets sent to this island in the middle of the Atlantic, and where like they take all the smart kids, and there's like 5 other chipmunks and a bunch of humans, and then like all the humans kill themselves, but the chipmunks
don't spoil the whole story if you're gonna read it.
This is the first 10 chapters.
Oh my god. Okay. I guess I'll just have to catch that when it comes out.
Out of like a 36 chapter story.
Jesus Christ.
God.
All right, well, they hit me. I was out. As Eleanor and Brittany focused on me for the moment, Alvin jumped over the can and ran forward. He turned towards Eleanor and fired his weapon. Eleanor turned to see the darts sail towards her. They struck her vest. She looked down.
Hey, Arthur.
You want to be Eleanor? Eleanor!
Hold on, trying to... Dang!
She yelled. Brittany saw Alvin and fired her automatic weapon. I guess Nerf guns are getting more and more. Advanced.
Nerf guns have become
They're-
more.
You can actually build like a Nerf Gatling gun.
Yeah.
No, they're playing with advanced rules where they stick thumbtacks at the end of the darts.
Yeah, that's what those. That way it'll stick when it hits your skin.
Yeah. No. Oh, don't worry, they're chipmunks. They'll be fine.
God,
they'll be fine.
God, I love this country.
God, I love this country.
God bless America. Where you can shoot your brothers with fucking Nerf darts with thumbtacks taped to them.
Yeah. my school didn't even allow us to bring Nerf guns.
Well, yeah.
Jeez, I wonder why.
Alvin heard the pop, pop, pop. He turned and saw the darts flying towards him. The next thing that happened made me wish I had recorded the match. Alvin jumped forward. The darts sailed underneath him. He twisted in midair and pointed his gun at Brittany. Her eyes widened as he fired a single dart at her. It flew through the air and struck her in the forehead.
Ow!
She exclaimed.
Oh, Chihuahua.
She fell backwards onto her butt. Why did he need to twist midair?
Fucking.
I don't know.
He's like made out of rubber. He just like twists his upper like half body like around.
Fucking Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Showing off.
Alvin was still sailing through the air. He flipped around and landed on his feet. He turned to me.
He fucking shot her in the head and knocked her on her ass, and all the time it took for him to touch the ground.
That's incredible.
It is.
I kind of wish he had recorded it.
It's the chipmunk gene.
Yeah, it's that crazy chipmunk gene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's Alvin's line.
Oh shit. Tell me that wasn't badass.
He said. He turned to Brittany.
We win.
Eleanor helped Brittany up.
And from now on, we'll make more money than you whenever we go to concerts.
Yeah.
That's what this was determined.
The chipmunk wage gap.
Yeah. We're paid in acorns.
And you get 80% the acorns we do, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually possible to eat acorns. There's actually a method for figuring out which ones are good and which ones are like possibly like harmful.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. I would have thought it would just be a matter of like, I don't know, boiling them or.
Wait, acorns.
I mean, I guess you can make acorn flour. Interesting.
Wait, some acorns are harmful to you?
Yeah, they can cause glaciers to break open.
I'm not sure we're talking about the same. Oh, you're thinking. Okay.
Yeah, you know the reference. Okay. Author.
Hold on.
No, this is.
Yeah.
She mumbled while dusting herself off. I looked to Alvin and laughed. He smiled and blew the smoke from his gun. Line break.
And a flash forward, I guess.
Yeah, back to the present.
Snap back to reality.
Oh, there goes Alvin. I smiled to myself. Alvin was always a good shot. I looked up at the recruiting station. I had arrived.
He was trained in guerrilla warfare. He has over 500 confirmed kills.
Mm-hmm. I took out my pistol and walked slowly through the parking lot towards the building.
Okay, well, hey, like I'm realizing I'm probably just gonna be pedantic here, but like 500 confirmed kills puts you on observation lists for most countries.
Most wanted lists, yeah.
I was quoting.
I mean like
most wanted.
I mean like it. Not most, well, probably, but like I'm talking specifically in like guerrilla. But like I'm talking like specifically like if someone in our military or any military for that matter had 500 confirmed kills, everyone would know about it because no one's good at keeping those secrets.
I was quoting copy pasta.
Yeah, that's the.
That's an East coffee pasta.
Like one of the most popular ones. Actually. Is that hair?
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Alvin had signed up. Yeah, Alvin had signed up for the army years ago after
Thought he was
fighting
in the
in the
Navy
war.
SEALs.
Huh?
What war?
The war.
The Human Chipmunk War.
He said the war on terror, hyphenated.
Well, yeah, the terror is humans. You know what we do to chipmunks.
That's true.
We put them in tube socks and slam them against the wall.
I mean, you shouldn't.
We locked them in cages, according to I Miss You So Much Baby. Apparently,
We put them up on stage and make them sing.
Yeah, and then they lost their jobs.
Dude, the truffle shuffle.
And then pocket all the money.
But then they lost all their jobs to Hatsune Miku.
That's true. You know what? I think that's still an improvement to.
Yeah, it is. You know, my college has an anime club, and they hosted a Hatsune Miku concert.
That's cool.
I almost considered going, but I don't know what kind of anime fan. Because believe it or not, anime fans come in a wide variety of colors.
Oh,
I don't know who the fuck I'm gonna go talk to. I could be the weird one, or they could be weirder than me. I don't know. I don't want to find out.
Yeah, I mean that's always the concern. I think I would go to this thing just for the sake of the novelty of having gone to one. I'm not a fan of Hatsune Miku. Not like I'm opposed to it or anything, but I'm not a big fan of the music. So whatever, right? But just the novelty of oh, that's a different sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know when else I'm going to get an opportunity to go. It's very convenient for me, so I'm just gonna go.
I go in there with my fucking Naruto cosplay. They look at me weird. I go don't look at me. You could be the fucking weirdos for all I know.
Yeah, for all I know. You're in a BDSM Naruto cosplay, and you're looking at them they're
Wait! Why did you say I'm wearing a BDSM?
I don't know, just a vibe. Just a vibe.
You got a nine-tailed fox. You got a nine-tailed fox butt plug.
They're like, sir, you can't be here. And it's wow. Really?
Wow.
You guys are so rude to me. I helped organize this. It's that doesn't mean it's okay. You can't bring that here.
Oh, yeah? Well, Rasengan, and you throw a baseball at them.
You say Rasengan and you throw a baseball at them and run away.
We made a funnier. This is a fun. God.
Nine-tailed fox and butt plug.
No, question. Would that be one butt plug with 9 tails or 9 butt plugs?
No, it's one butt plug with 9 tails.
Alright, that's more practical. That's more practical.
Can it perhaps be free? Can it be perhaps be 3 tails each? Spread across
so 3 butt. I think it's in 3 sections, so you can work your way up. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You stick one with 3 tails, and then once you're kind of comfortable with that, you get a second one with 3 more tails.
Yeah.
And they're each a third of a circle. So together it's one circular.
Yeah, you gotta harness your chakra.
Yeah, you gotta move your chakra into that part of your body.
Ninth gate of orgasm.
Yeah. As you're putting it in, you're saying, I will be the Hokage.
Get ready for my tailed beast bomb.
Yeah.
We're laughing now, but there's a good chance that's actually a thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
I've seen some shit.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not a thing, I hope it becomes a thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're furries who make stuff for the military.
Yeah. Do it for the Boruto fans.
Yeah, do it for the. Those guys are made to be topped.
Yeah.
do it for the new generation.
New generation, yeah.
God, we're getting way sidetracked with fucking 9 tails butt plug. Just
yeah. Okay.
Keep reading.
After fighting in the war, Alvin was awarded several medals for his heroic feats. His greatest award, the Meritorious Achievement Medal and Ribbon, was given to him after he single-handedly taken out a whole fleet of the Taliban.
A fleet? They have navies?
They have a navy. The Taliban has a navy, and he took out a fleet.
Is this an alternate history where the Taliban became an actual superpower?
So this definitely gives the vibe, and maybe I'm just saying the quiet part out loud here, but it gives the vibe that the author here doesn't know anything about the military or guns. It doesn't even seem like he learned stuff from playing Call of Duty. It sounds like he just has some vague notion of what the military is and has heard words around the military. So
and
he's
who were like fighting
gun.
at any given time.
Yeah,
maybe?
gun, army, fleet, Taliban,
Al Qaeda,
yeah,
missile.
and he doesn't know. Yeah, missile, gas. He doesn't know chemical warfare. Like he doesn't know what any of these words mean.
Yeah, fucking like I like because this story was written in 2010. This is like our sort of like the peak of our involvement in like the Middle East.
Right.
Generally, like at least the first time. I don't know.
Well, I would say not the first time. Don't forget about
second time. I guess second time. Yeah.
Or depending on how you define it, third or fourth time. Okay. After many years of fighting, he retired to work on recruiting young men and women into the army.
Hey, want to join the army? Trust me, it's totally cool. You won't hate your life.
Yeah.
You won't be miserable.
Check this out, and he points to his chest. He's like, the Congressional Medal of Dishonor, the Black Star.
Joe Biden gave it to me. He's not president yet.
He was vice president.
Obama was the vice president. I see the future.
Yeah.
Imagine this.
You'll see.
The West has fallen. Millions must chipmunk.
No one ever thought he could live up to something like that. I thought.
What?
Huh?
He never seemed like someone that would be a huge success. Okay, I mean, other than being a huge rock star. So that's still true. So that is still canon?
So not only there's still like, musicians and like singers.
Did the author get like the United States mixed up with like South Korea? Does he think we have mandatory military service?
No, it's Alvin signed up for the army. So presumably he was already a huge rock star. And then he signed up for the army, and then he took out a whole fleet of wow.
When he took out the whole fleet of the Taliban, I'm just picturing it's like that scene in the one Star Wars sequel where Leia flies through space in the T-pose.
Yeah.
It's not T-pose.
Maybe he used like his cool robot powers.
Man, that would be great.
That would be great.
I made it to the shattered glass doors. I checked the area, then cautiously made my way into the building.
The United States in 2022 deploying Alvin Seville on the Taliban.
Damn. I mean...
That's wild.
Yeah. Put Alvin on the front lines of the Ukraine war, maybe.
Maybe. God damn.
You definitely don't want to send him...
I was a Taliban and I had to find out.
Oh, go ahead.
To be fair, if I was a Taliban and I had to fight Alvin, I'd probably kill myself too.
Yeah, I'd put my gun down and just give up.
Yeah, I'd just be like, fuck it.
No. I would deny myself the humiliation of being killed by this creature.
Actually, you know what? You're right. That is much more embarrassing than giving up.
Yeah. Like fucking I'd grab Alvin by his like shitty chipmunk body and I'd cram him down a tank barrel.
Nah, man, he would kill you too fast. Didn't you hear that part where he jumped over the Nerf bullets and did a twist?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'd get you, dude.
He's fucking John Wick, John Chip.
Yeah, John
Chip. Holy shit.
John Chip. So bad. I love that. John Chip.
John Chip. That's amazing.
Oh man, if I wrote Alvin and the Chipmunk stories, maybe I should start.
Maybe if we all combine our brain power hard enough, we'll transplant the idea into Chipmunks for Life 101's head, and he'll go back to writing Chipmunks fanfiction.
Nah, he's Zootopian Fulf now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he came back.
He came back
to Chipmunks.
No, he came back to writing. He was gone for 2 years, and he came back.
I'm glad.
It's great, yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Is he continuing that one story where Nick and Judy's kid dies from some racist?
Oh,
I don't know. He started writing a different one.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
Godspeed, Chipmunks for Life.
You know what, dude? as much as we goof and gaff on people in the Steel Donut and on this channel, I would never ever want somebody who's enjoying writing to stop writing because because like at the end of the day, we're all just people. We're all just trying to do our thing, and if you're having fun,
these two guys that I work with, these guys right here, do write fan fiction themselves. I don't.
You're giving me too much credit. You're giving me too. I haven't written anything in like a year.
Well,
I wrote something last week.
Damn.
I'll show you guys later. It's pretty crazy.
But yeah, so like, I give fan fiction a lot of grief. Like these guys can attest to it. I'll be honest, I don't hold it in particularly high regard, which is apparently weird. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like just have fun with it. Don't worry about writing a big epic novel. Just write whatever you want.
Well, the thing is, like, if somebody wants to write a big epic novel, that should be their prerogative as well, right?
Unless it's Loud House fan fiction.
Okay.
That is my one stipulation.
I think my thinking has changed over the years. When we started the Steel Donut, I was more hostile towards fan fiction than I am now.
Oh yeah.
At this point, I'm like, I don't want. I know we always wanted to make it a thing about the writing and not the author, but there were times where I'm sure I crossed that line and I should.
Oh yeah. Like for some reason, the go-to reason for me is whenever that topic is like Drax, which is great because he's the only one that, like, to my knowledge, that reached out to it, and he was cool with it.
Oh no, we had multiple people respond to say like a couple people. Yeah, a couple of them said like, please don't, please take down your thing or whatever. And our general policy on that was like, we're leaving our thing up. You can leave your thing up, but we will not cover anything else you do. And let us know if anybody harasses you. And usually that was good enough.
Yeah, like Drax to me is always a standard example because he was just like, he was cool with it. He seems like a really cool guy.
I don't know about that.
The interview, he seemed like a nice enough guy.
In our interactions before the interview, I thought he was being more disingenuous, and then like when I got to meet him, he seemed more honest than I thought he was. That was better. He was better than I thought, but still, I'm not.
I don't know.
I don't know his life, right?
He's a bit of an oddball, but like he seemed like a fine enough guy to talk to.
Yeah, he certainly didn't seem like a bad dude.
Yeah. Fucking, I love the Aragon bit you guys went on with that.
Oh my god, Aragon!
Those books stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, I quite enjoyed the books.
Did you? I mean, I read the first one and I was like, "This is fine, I guess." And then like, I went back and read it again, and I was like, "This does not hold up."
Where was the one with like the fucking? Sorry, author. Continue.
Keep in mind, these are books I'd read with my parents, and it was like, holy shit, today was long. Please, parental figure, read me this story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was the fucking Aragon thing where like had one sentence that went on for like several pages?
Oh, I don't remember. That was something Blake knew off the dome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just when he showed it to me, I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy."
It's so tragic. Blake got ate by lions.
Yeah. Ate by lions. The main lobby was deserted, save a few dead bodies. That's still deserted. I checked to make sure it was safe, then bent down towards a body. The body looked like it had been shot several times. I stood up. Alvin has guns. I slowly made my way towards the main hall, a large room with furniture and tables. As I entered the room, I heard a soft chuckle. It came from the other side of the room. I pointed my gun towards the sound. Alvin! That's his speaking voice. He hasn't had to speak before.
Oh yeah.
His internal monologue is a lot cooler than his.
That's Max. I think that's like Max Vincent's like way of thinking, right? He's like,
yeah,
he thinks himself as like this cool guy, but when he talks, he sounds like fucking like
a schmuck.
The lamest nerd like you've ever met.
Like he thinks like in his head he sounds like Solid Snake or Master Chief, but when he talks he sounds like fucking that one dude from fucking forget what it's called. The dude is like, it's not unusual to like, or he sounds like Steve Urkel.
I'm thinking
He's
Don
doing an
Knotts.
Oracle, yeah.
I'm thinking more Don Knotts, but like
Kind of a Don Knotts too. Yeah, that works.
Well, Don Knotts was also a cop in a show.
That's true.
yeah.
Do you think Don Knotts' internal monologue was like a cool, like gravelly?
Maybe, I don't know.
Probably.
Probably. He also met Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
that's true.
Ruh-roh Raggy.
Ruh-roh Raggy. All right. Alvin, I said.
Shit. Theodore. I thought I'd never see you again.
He remained in the shadows of the corner he was in.
After all, you went on that tour of duty to that other town for like 3 years, remember?
Mm-hmm. I could not see him.
Could not see him. You're just in time for dinner. If I remember correctly, you love to eat.
There it is. Okay. That's why. Okay.
There we go.
Thank you.
Even the story acknowledges that that's like Theodore's one characteristic.
This is one character. Like there are 3 things you know about Theodore. His name is Theodore. He likes to eat, and he wears green.
He's clad in green.
Yeah, he's green clad.
He's the green.
Yeah.
Clad
Alvin
Chipmunk.
laughed maniacally. I wouldn't take any of this. You're crazy. The gas has affected you.
And Alvin's like, do the truffle shuffle. And Theodore's like, what? And then I was like, do the truffle shuffle. And he cocks his gun.
Dance.
Dance, fat boy.
Another laugh.
Give me the thug shaker.
They really aren't addressing the fact that Theodore is immune.
Give me that fun shaker, quirky white boy.
The monk shaker.
Fucking
monk shaker.
I think that the author thinks that how like gas works is that
Quirked up white boy doing the thug shit.
It doesn't stay in the air for very long, like a couple of days, and then it just like
it showed up and
dissolves,
then it left,
and then it just fucks off.
I'm sure it would dissipate eventually, like
across the atmosphere. But I mean, like, yeah, I guess it just made everyone crazy once, and then it was over.
It gets into the clouds. It rains.
So it's not really like a drug. It's not like a drug where it like affects your systems, your brain and stuff, and then like after it wears off, you're fine.
Here's what I think. This town was so fucking paranoid that like the missile was supposed to go off, but it was supposed to be like an ICBM, but it was a dud, and it went off. But everyone just freaked the fuck out and thought, "Oh shit, it's the end of days," and they just went postal and killed each other.
Yeah, just a little bit too shut in, I guess.
Too shut in.
Another laugh.
Really? I feel just fine. If anything, you're the one who's crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with chipmunks.
He jeered. Show yourself! I yelled, not putting my gun down.
You sure? I'm not looking my best today.
He snorted, then laughed crazily again. I cocked my gun. Show yourself.
All right.
I repeated.
All right, officer.
Alvin chuckled, adding emphasis on the word officer. He stepped out of the darkness and into the flickering light.
You're a meter maid, Theodore. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, well, a meter maid who got sent on a mission.
What are you gonna do?
He was disgusting. An eyeball was gone, and a chunk of his cheek was missing. He grinned evilly, and I noticed that some of his teeth were missing. He had on having a missing teeth is not as crazy as an eyeball missing.
Or part of your teeth. Wait, hold on. Is he Two-Face?
Oh no.
Yo,
oh my god, it's Tommy Lee Jones, Chipmunk.
He had on his uniform, and it was terribly blood-drenched. I noticed a scratch across his chest, in the area where his medals should have been.
This is so like politically deep, guys.
Yeah.
It shows that like joining the military turns good men into monsters or something.
Something like that, yeah. But what caught my attention the most was his hand. In it, he had a submachine gun. He held his free hand up and ran his fingers across his face.
Like these? Wanna know how I got scars?
He asked, motioning to the scratches and scars on his face.
Those bastards out there tried to fight back.
He laughed again. He moved his index finger up to his empty eye socket.
Barber even scratched out my eye with a nail file.
He grinned.
It doesn't hurt, though.
He stuck his index finger into the eye socket and swirled it around. Even from where I was standing, I could hear the squishing sound of his fingers sliding around.
If I stand at the right
That
angle, like
genuinely actually makes me a little sick.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give the author
genuinely.
credit. That is genuinely gross.
if I stand at the right angle when the air passes through, it makes a whistling sound.
That would have been less gross. This is, I don't know about good writing. Maybe it's good. I mean, it's certainly giving me the feeling that I'm supposed to be having about it.
You can get away with like having like gross, grotesque violence if it's got like there's like more to it than that. You know?
I mean, no, I don't even think it's that. It's just that, like, look, if this writer wants us to feel a certain way, they want us to feel grossed out. They write something that's gross. They've achieved their goal. I say that's a success. That's a victory. Now, would I like it more if there was some kind of point to it? Like if they're trying to make some kind of metaphorical statement? I would personally enjoy that more.
It's show that Alvin's crazy.
But as far as art is concerned, art is just what people call art. And art just, to me, just it should be directed at making you feel an emotion. In this case, the emotion I feel is yuck.
Yeah, it's like whenever like a fanfic artist tries to write like a hero, but they project their weird fucking like political beliefs and stuff onto them, and it turns them into like a weird psychopathic monster who fires grenades into crowds.
Yeah, well, yeah. See, that's not as successful as far as I'm concerned because it doesn't
very funny
make
though.
me feel. Yeah, that's true, but it's not. It doesn't. It makes me feel something different than the artist wanted us to feel. On the other hand, death of the author. No offense, author of purpose. But death of the author. You know,
as a dead person, I take offense to that.
Okay, well, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I couldn't help it. I turned my head and gagged. When I looked back, Alvin had the gun pointed at me, which he could have had before. I don't know why he didn't have it.
He wanted to show Theodore his cool eye.
Yeah, you want to see?
He was.
Well, I
was
just
in the
noticed
dark.
something. Okay, he used the gross out to kind of like distract his brother so he could have time to draw his gun.
Uh-huh.
So like he was holding it down at his hip. It's like, hey Theodore, check out what I can do. Woo!
Right. But he was also in the dark where his brother didn't see him. So like he could have been holding the gun at him already and then stepped out of the darkness and holding the
Why
gun.
didn't he booby trap the entrance?
Well, no, I think this is all about like he wants to. No, I don't know, because he didn't know Theodore was coming.
I know, but like he's like,
if he knew Theodore was coming, it would make sense for him to wait
Alvin,
and then speak to him. But like instead, Alvin was just waiting without a booby trap.
Yeah, because like Alvin still thinks like he's not infected or some shit. He thinks he's like not He thinks he's not like crazy. He thought other people were infected.
Shut up!
Jesus Christ, what just happened, Bob?
Sorry, my microphone fell.
Oh damn.
I am back.
Oh. Mr. Meme, when you're editing the video, bass boost the sound of Bob's mic falling.
Please don't.
I'm not going to.
This mic already picks up too much random shit.
Oh, don't worry. That's far. You're not the only person here with that problem.
Mm-hmm.
Consistent.
Anyway, where were we?
Right around here.
Oh, it's my line. Time to go night night, dearest brother.
Okay.
That got you, Bob? That seriously got you? That's
just such a weird thing to say. Okay.
Hey, hello to my adequately sized friend.
I just think it's like after I just gave them credit for like effectively like sticking me in the yuck zone. Time to go night night, dearest brother is very not Alvin. It's not scary. It's not even tense.
I just want to say, to sort of continue, it's not very hard to put people in the yuck zone.
To quote you, Bob, in your sorting hat review, every time.
Mm-hmm.
I try to give them a little credit, but no.
It's Bob's
you never give credit.
every credit, no matter how inconsequential, will always fly back into your face.
Yeah, you're always gonna look a fool.
Look like a fool.
It continues to be a problem in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
He laughed and pulled the trigger. As the bullets fire at me, I jumped to a wooden table, flipped it, and crouched down behind it.
That shit is not going to last.
That's not going to last at all. Well, except Alvin continued to fire, bullets whizzing over the table. Well, now the table will last because he's not even aiming.
Alvin graduated top of his class at Bad Guy Aiming Academy.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, back in the flashback, he wasn't even aiming at all either. He was just like shooting in the air, trying to hit someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he hit Brittany.
The only person we've ever seen Alvin actually successfully shoot was Brittany once while diving through the air and doing a twist.
Yeah, with a Nerf gun.
Yeah. Over the sounds of gunfire, I heard Alvin's laugh. The chief had told me several things to do when facing psychos. 1. Never try to negotiate with them. They don't think straight and will not listen. 2. Show no fear because this provokes them. And 3. Waste no time shooting them. Damn, I should have shot him the instant he came out of that corner, I thought. Yeah?
Yeah, you should have. Strange of all times for you to hesitate shooting people now, Theodore the cop.
Yeah, for real. The firing had not ceased. He seemed to be depleting no ammunition whatsoever.
Oh my god, he's got infinite ammo cheats.
Jesus Christ, he's got the bandana on. Oh god.
He's got the fucking Chicago typewriter from Resident Evil 4.
Oh no.
Oh god, watch out, Theodore. Theodore, when he starts circle strafing, that's when you know you're fucked.
That's when you know you're absolutely fucked.
Don't let him pick up the tech bow.
A bullet breached the table, mere inches from my head. This table isn't going to hold out much longer. I need to kill him now. His laughing had grown louder. I blindly fired my pistol from behind the table. His firing ceased.
Howie.
Had I killed him? I poked my head up from behind the table. Alvin was still standing.
Gotcha!
He laughed and began firing once more. Fuck! I yell and duck behind the table once more. More bullets made their way through the table. It was gonna bust any moment now.
About to cuckoo.
Yeah. I need to kill him now! I grabbed my badge from my shirt. I threw it sideways, towards the side of the room. Then I jumped up from behind the table. My plan had worked.
Huh?
See, he's doing the thing Alvin did in the what's it called?
The flashback.
In the flashback, right? Theodore in the flashback, Theodore ran out and they were distracted and they shot at Theodore. But this metaphor doesn't work anymore because Alvin sees the badge moving and he's not going to think that's my brother unless the badge is the same size.
Keep in mind,
he is a chipmunk.
These are still chipmunks, so I assume they're still the size of chipmunks.
No, they're 3'11", so they can shoot the guns.
Okay. So they can shoot the guns, yeah. The minimum size to shoot a gun.
Yes, he must be this old.
You must be this tall to fire this gun.
Is this bad? But I'm just picturing a dwarf. I'm just picturing a dwarf firing a mortar cannon and getting launched 8 feet backwards. I know that's fucked up, but it's really funny to me.
I mean, it depends on what kind of.
Yeah, I'm just thinking
I don't know. A 3'11". Okay, picture a toddler doing it instead.
That's great.
That's funny. Fucking. I was gonna say something.
Toddler.
That's like.
Dwarf toddler.
I don't. Moving on.
Anyway. Okay, then I jumped up from behind the table. My plan had worked. Alvin's eyes had been taken off the table for a split second, so he remained shooting at the table. Okay? He did not see me jump up. I took my shot. It grew gravely silent as Alvin suddenly stopped firing. Alvin dropped to the floor on his knees. I got him. His temple began to bleed, and he fell down the rest of the way onto his face.
Damn.
So he turned his head a full 90 degrees so you could shoot him in the temple?
Yeah, and then Alvin fell on his face.
Alright. I went to my badge and picked it up. I pinned it to my shirt and made my way towards Alvin's body. I knelt down by his body and rolled him over. I did not look at his face. I grabbed the submachine gun. I was planning to take the gun, but when I checked, the ammo was gone. Of course. I stood up and walked through the rest of the building, looking to see if there were any survivors. When I found none, I walked out of the building. I felt sick. I thought of Alvin, his finger swirling inside his eye socket. I vomited.
For someone that just killed his brother, he doesn't seem to face the fact that they actually did.
Well, yeah.
I know. But yeah, Theodore's one badass meter maid.
Yeah, one of the things they teach you in cop school is that you need to suppress your sense of empathy so that you can shoot people willy-nilly.
Yeah, it's real easy. It's real easy.
The worst part about having body cameras is now everybody sees when I'm enjoying murdering civilians.
Yeah, it's like that Onion article, how like police instructor tells officers the exhilarating thrill of murder should always be a last resort. All right, you want to do chapter?
That video, it's funny.
You want to do chapter 3?
Oh, we can at least look at it. Yeah, sure.
All right, chapter 3. An apple a day.
All right.
Bob, you're not a doctor, are you?
No, my parents were doctors, but
okay, good. But you might have residual doctor genes.
Yeah, it's right next to the chipmunk gene in my genome.
Everyone has.
The one that everyone has, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I put a distance between... Oh, sorry. An apple a day. We don't have any inane author's note that says, like, this is words, read it.
Read it, you fucking idiots.
Nah, not this chapter.
Okay. I put a distance between me and the recruiting station before checking to see who was next. Once I was a safe distance, I pulled the paper out of my pocket. I love that he's like, he doesn't just read all 5 right from the jump. Like, that would be my thing. I'd be like, okay...
Plus,
let me read this. Okay,
probably figure it out. He could probably figure it out after killing Alvin. Like, oh, I'm going to kill my siblings.
Yeah, probably.
Dave is already dead, presumably.
There are only 5, and there's 6 chipmunks.
And I'm one of them. I'm one of 6. I just killed the second one of 6.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm killing the Beatles.
Yeah, that's what's happening. It's going to go Alvin, Jeanette, Ringo, Paul...
Metaphor for killing the Beatles.
Oh, again!
If we're gonna,
this is a metaphor for killing the Beatles. Have we killed John Lennon already?
Maybe.
Yeah, he got John Lennon earlier, and then he came back as a zombie, so we got to kill him again.
Yeah.
And Paul McCartney also already got killed, and he was replaced by a body double. But that's just a Mandela effect or something. I don't know.
What's this weird fucking conspiracy theory we're making up for the goddamn Beatles?
something Yoko Ono.
Yeah, something Yoko Ono is pretty much the way it always goes.
Yeah.
At some point, the conspiracy theory has to go in that direction.
She screeches like a banshee and summons Satan like in Night Watcher.
Yeah.
Reference humor.
I read the next target. I shook my head. How? How could someone so timid and quiet become a psychotic monster? I looked to the paper to see the hypothesized location, the South County Hospital. I sighed and began my walk towards the next destination. As I walked, I thought about how I would do this. One shot. Don't hold back. The instant you see her. I shook my head. Killing Jeanette would not be easy for me, even if it wasn't her anymore. As I walked, I began to recall another memory, one I am not particularly fond of. Fucking
Arthur, like, flashback music.
Yeah.
Oh god, we just finished the Arthur story, Mr. Meme. Don't bring it back.
Sorry.
I decided it was time I tried to use my bike without the training wheels. After all, I was 7, and Alvin and Simon both got rid of theirs. Dave unscrewed the training wheels for me. Alvin and Simon were already in the front of the house. Oh, golly, sorry, I didn't sleep well last night, so the yawns are hitting me.
It's
Riding
alright.
around in the street. Alvin was doing some tricks to impress the Chipettes, and Simon was simply riding around. After Dave removed the training wheels, I put on my green helmet and walked my bike to the road. I sat on it.
Can he ride his bike with no handlebars?
Well, no training wheels.
No training wheels. Oh, yes. Same thing.
I can ride my bike with no training wheels.
That's
No
Logan
training
Paul
wheels.
version.
That's a lot less impressive.
Yeah.
The instant I did, the bike began to fall sideways. I placed my foot on the road. This wasn't going to be easy.
Arthur?
Come on, Theodore! Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I heard Bob. Bob?
Sorry, my wife just came into the room for a second.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Eleanor encouraged. I smiled. Here I go! I placed one foot on the pedal and began to make my way down the road. Hey, look at me! I can do it! I beamed.
I'll be... Mr. Reem, do you want to be...
Wasn't I Theodore in
This person has never
Arthur
ridden a bike before.
Arthur was
Not have they
Theodore.
learned how to.
Jay was Simon, but Jay isn't here right now because they're going to college.
Okay, I'll be Simon then.
Yeah.
Ugh, education? Ugh.
Fucking gay.
Yeah.
Wow, don't say that.
It's okay, I'm dating a guy.
That's... okay, well...
It's okay.
I don't
fine.
know if it's
I
okay.
feel-
Well, yeah, okay. I guess I don't get to say. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good job, Theodore.
Simon said. I looked over my shoulder. Thanks! I saw Jeanette point.
Look out for that car.
Mm-hmm.
Brian,
Look out for that Isekai truck. And then Theodore gets turned into roadkill, and Dave has to get out another chipmunk from his supply.
Yeah.
He gets run over by Eggman.
Eggman? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Eggman. It's a reference to one of our stories, Insane Son Amy.
Okay, great.
You have been watching our stuff, right, Bob?
Oh no, I have so much to do. I'm getting ready to do a big move, so I haven't had time to do any YouTube stuff.
Fair.
But you know what? That sounds crazy. I can put it.
It
on
is.
The background while I
They're the videos. That's the story we riffed with John.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Yeah.
Where
Jeanette.
Theodore, look out.
I'll be Jeanette.
She yelled. I turned in time to see a parked car. I swerved my bike and lost control. I slammed into the curb and flew forwards off my bike. I landed on my wrist.
You don't train on the downhill.
What? Your mic fucked up.
Okay. Fucking hell. I just got this thing.
I think it was because I was talking. Just repeat your...
I'm like, this is why you don't train your bike on the downhill.
Yeah, that's true. Flat ground.
Like, at least train it on a flat surface, kind of like a flat road. I don't know.
I think it was on a flat road.
I mean,
it's just he drove into the fucking curb.
I think he's just an idiot.
I mean, honestly, I feel like driving into the curb is the more preferable outcome to swerving out into the middle of the road.
You know, you know what I think would have been better if he just slammed right into the parked car.
Yeah. He should have. Well, no, he didn't have anyone.
I mean, how fast was he going that it threw him
Bob,
off his bike? Apparently, he was going really fast.
Bob, he didn't have anyone to put his helmet on so he could drive full speed into the car.
That's true. You're right. He didn't have anybody to whisper sweet lies to.
Yeah.
Right before crashing headlong into a car.
Yeah, that's the best case scenario.
Yeah. Ow! Pain shot through my arm as I landed. Every time you go that high pitched, Discord cuts it out.
Oh, Theodore!
Jeanette yelled. Everyone rushed over to me. I had tears in my eyes. Eleanor said soothingly. She put an arm around me and helped me up. Jeanette carefully grabbed my wrist. It was bleeding.
She sucked the blood out.
I don't know how this happened. You landed on your wrist and it caused it to bleed.
And it sprained it, and it bled.
And bleeding.
This is actually kind of like uncommon knowledge, but a lot of gravel for like a lot of the concrete for sidewalks and stuff had a kind of texture that could be very like sandpaperish if landed on.
Well, yeah, everyone knows that. I thought he landed on the grass.
Yeah, he said he flew off his bike, but I guess it doesn't say where he landed.
No, like the sidewalk in this place, or like
he hit the curb. Sidewalk
like
is there.
Wide. The park is concrete. It's set in Yugoslavia.
I mean, at a certain point, if you're going fast enough on a bike that you would fly forwards when the bike stops, I would imagine that you would just ride up onto the curb.
Yeah,
that'd be my thinking.
Maybe.
Which would still be uncomfortable because you'd be jostled around, and you're new on the bike. You
probably could fall off.
Took off you're probably gonna fall off, but I wouldn't think you'd flip over the bike and fly forwards.
Whoa!
Yeah.
He flies, he hits the ground like elephant, like random stock sound effects plays, like a horn, an elephant cry.
Like as some Ed and Eddie sound effects.
Anyway.
Okay. Put an arm around and help me. Yeah, carefully grab my wrist.
Right there, next line. This looks like it could be sprained. This looks like it could be sprained. Oh, okay, Bob left.
She said.
Come on inside. I'll help it. I'm gonna pour some Resident Evil 8 healing gunk.
Yeah, just pour healing chemical on it and it'll be better.
Yeah.
Sorry if you guys can hear my cat rustling around on papers. Okay, he's leaving now.
It's that goober.
Bye-bye.
What's his name?
Geronimo,
that's funny.
That's an awesome name for an awesome cat.
We call him G-Momo.
G-Momo.
He's a good little boy.
Yeah, he's a little rapscallion.
We were just talking about this. He's not as, the internet makes people, people talk about cats on the internet being, these wild and crazy. They're always getting into hijinks and stuff. And our little guy doesn't really get into hijinks.
No, it depends on what color the cat is. I have an orange cat, and he's a fucking idiot.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is a black cat.
Yeah. So he's goth.
He's pretty chill.
He's goth.
He just likes being held. He likes being around people.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of your cat, but I'm just picturing him as being like Maxwell the cat.
You know what? I'll tell you exactly. I'll give you exactly what his personality is. His personality is he's scheduling things all the time. Everything has to do with his schedule. You can like clockwork. You can figure out what day he's going to spend time with you, and what day he'll spend time with other people, and how much time he wants to spend outside. It's all scheduled. And so when new people show up, he waits to see how long they're going to be around, just based on the vibe of it. And then depending on how long they're going to be around, he'll pencil them in for some time. So they'll get time where he's sitting in their lap or he's just meowing at them. And then after a certain bit, he's like, okay, I got my fill. Now it's time for me to be alone. But then he'll spend time with me alone, and then our dog alone, and then my wife alone, and then him alone. It's everything scheduled out.
Yeah.
That's how he spends most of his day.
He schedules his shit.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. He plays cross. I'm just picturing your cat playing crosswords in the litter box.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about all that. He's a weirdo.
He's a weirdo. He collects fingernails.
But he's a nice roommate.
Yeah.
Except he's terrible at hunting. He's just awful at it.
He's like Garfield.
Yeah. Okay.
He looks in your eyes and he talks like Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
God.
that's. I'm hoping the day he learns to speak, if he speaks with Chris Pratt's voice, he's out on the street. Jeanette led me inside while everyone followed. She sat me on the table.
This looks like it could be sprained.
No, right here.
Wait, fuck. Where do you keep your first aid kit?
She asked Simon.
I guess they don't live together. I guess this is the cartoon version.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'll get it.
He walked up the stairs. Jeanette turned to Eleanor.
Ellie, could you give me a rag, please, and wet it?
Eleanor looked at me, then turned and headed for the kitchen. Simon returned with a white box in his hand. Jeanette took the box and opened it. She pulled out some gauze, a cotton ball, and a black bottle. My eyes widened. No! I said. I pulled my hand away. Jeanette looked at me. That stuff hurts! Eleanor returned with a rag. She handed it to Jeanette. Jeanette placed the rag onto my cut and began to clean it. The pain made more tears go down my face.
There is a trick to not feeling that pain,
she said, looking up from my cut. How?
Oh, God,
She looked up at me.
Bite your tongue softly and look up.
I don't think that works.
I know.
She then opened.
I don't.
Definitely
Here,
not.
Bob, let me hurt you, but bite your tongue while you do it.
Okay. Oh God! Oh fuck! Oh! 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 Shit! Okay.
Like,
Wow.
like,
Why?
The first thing that happens when you feel pain is that your body tense up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, why did
That
you have to
means
stick the knife into the bone? What the shit?
Don't have so many bones, loser.
I don't have a choice. I don't know what to do about this. And scene.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
funny.
All right.
I think we wanted an award for that.
Oh
Yes. And is what we just did.
God.
Okay. She looked up at me.
okay.
Bite your tongue and salt. Yeah. She then opened the bottle and dabbed the cotton ball with the liquid inside. I winced. Then I bit my tongue and looked upwards at the ceiling. I felt Jeanette place the cotton ball onto me wrist.
Oi.
I did not feel the pain. After a few seconds of wiping, Jeanette spoke.
Okay, Theodore, you can look back down now.
I stopped biting my tongue and looked to see Jeanette wrapping my wrist with gauze.
There you go, Theo.
She smiled and stood up. Thanks, Jeanette. I grinned. You should be a doctor. Jeanette blushed.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
She said. No, really, I said excitedly. That didn't hurt a bit. Jeanette blushed again. We stayed inside for the rest of the day and played board games because I couldn't move my wrist very much.
Well, you know.
Wait, that was a memory he doesn't like?
I guess so.
I thought that was a very comforting and sweet memory. Like, it started with the wrist pain, but, like, I feel like the memory itself was very, very sweet and wholesome.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he
Context
hates
for the
family.
memory later. I wonder if they'll provide additional context later on for why he doesn't like it, or if they'll just leave us hanging and just unknown.
I have a feeling he's gonna do the same thing he did with Alvin, where like somehow a wrist is gonna be involved, or like wrapping something in gauze, or biting the tongue and looking upwards. He's gonna try to call back to that
He's gonna,
when
like,
he gets there.
wrap Jeanette in gauze and then like a mummy and then like kick her out of the window and like leave and like the fucking thing of gauze unwrapped while she falls and she fucking hangs herself on it or some shit.
Or maybe she's like he's about to kill her and she's afraid to die, and then like he tells her to bite her tongue and look up, and then he shoots her in the head.
Like just like a fucking what's that? Grapes of Wrath. Look at the bunnies.
Yeah. Only look at the ceiling tiles.
Look at the ceiling tiles. Try and make out shapes in them.
Yeah. I looked up at the hospital I had arrived at. I sighed. Years later, of course, Jeanette ended up going to medical school. I smiled to myself. Though she was a little hapless, Jeanette still made a great surgeon. Hapless is not the word I want to use to describe my surgeon.
Yeah.
She saved many people's lives and went on to being the chief surgeon of the hospital. She became very successful and wrote many books on her success. My smile faded when I realized what I had to do. I cocked my gun and headed towards the building.
You said gun.
Okay, actually, I'm a little late. I got here late, so why is he killing them?
Oh, okay. So the I'll do this real quick. The Taliban got a hold of a chemical, and they didn't explain what chemical it was, but the Taliban got a hold of a chemical, put it on a missile, and fired it at a small town as a warning shot. And what the chemical did was the gas spread out across the town, and it turned most of the people in town into psychos who kill people. And there's some people who are immune, but most of them got killed pretty much immediately.
Well, all of them got killed.
Yeah, almost all of them got killed. And then there was an evacuation, so everybody left. And then the police chief told him there's only 5 people left. There are only 5 psychos left, and you have to deal with this. And he handed him a piece of paper that was folded up and said, only open this when you get to town, which is a really shitty thing to do because, wouldn't it be better for you to say, here are the 5 people. This involves you. You should probably be involved in the decision making. But I don't know if, I don't want to just force you to do it. Once he gets there and he finds out that it's them, he can't leave.
No takesy backsies, lol.
No, yeah, I guess.
It's
that's why he has to kill them.
About right
5
now
of them are presumably the Chipmunks.
Well, 4 of them now. He killed Alvin.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Right.
She saved many lives, she became very successful and wrote books on her success. My smile faded when I realized what I had to do. This place is huge, I thought. How am I ever going to find her? I entered the building. I looked at the map next to the reception counter. Most likely she will be in the medicine department. The medicine department of the hospital?
No, it's right next to the maternity ward.
Isn't that also medicine?
No.
What hospitals have medicine in it?
Yeah, no, there are 2 departments in a hospital, okay? There's medicine and gift shop.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Well, Jeanette's here in the medicine department. She must be where all the fucking novelty mugs and dick-shaped dick-shaped pasta is.
I had a heart attack and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'd imagine if I was Jeanette, I'd probably want to hide in somewhere like the anesthetics department.
I don't know where. I don't know. They haven't really clarified how the gas warps people, but it seems like they don't think that they're crazy. They don't think or something. So I don't know how much planning goes into where they are and what.
I imagine it'd be amphetamine agent bonded to something else, but that's just me to read.
But it permanently made them this way. It's not like it's a drug that affected them and then once it wears off, they'll be fine. It seems like
them into Crazies 2010.
It just turned them into Crazies. There's no coming back. There's not even an attempt to find a cure.
You ever notice how the Taliban was mentioned once in the beginning of the story and was never brought up again?
Well, yeah, the Taliban aren't even winning.
Yeah, they lost to the IRA.
Yeah.
Remember that in Deadliest Warrior?
Oh, yeah. I made my way to the elevator. I looked around and then pressed the up button. The door opened immediately.
What floor, dipshit?
This floor. It just opened back up. He pressed up and it opened.
The hospital is huge, but it's not tall.
Yeah, it's very, very wide.
It's very
wide. It used to be a high school.
There's 2 floors, but it takes up fucking 9 acres of land.
It's really impractical. It's a really impractical hospital. There's a reason why they're tall.
It's maze-like. You can't figure out where the fuck you're going at all.
Yeah, it sucks. It closed down actually because people would die before they could get them to their rooms and shit.
Exactly. 30% of all deaths inside the hospital happened because people didn't know where the fuck they were going.
The fucking ER has a different area code to the fucking the lobby.
Yeah, different zip codes. I entered the wait. Yeah, sorry. Inside lay a dead man, his scrubs ripped open, and his blood splattered all over the walls and ceiling of the elevator. Oh, the door of the elevator. Okay, gotcha. I gagged once more. Stairs it is, I muttered to myself.
You could just move the body and just go in the elevator,
No, he's very squeamish about this guy, even though he has been walking past corpses and also killed his own brother.
He's a
Well,
cop
yeah.
too. You expect that they have training for this kind of stuff, but...
Well, for this kind of stuff, I don't know about.
Well, okay, I mean,
does
I
anybody
guess,
have training for this?
I guess seeing a guy with
Like,
his
police
brains blown out in an elevator is a little
Theodore's police training was duck hunt. Theodore's police training was duck hunt.
Fucking clay pigeon. God.
He would try to shoot the dogs. That's why he can't work with the canine units.
Yeah.
Anyways.
As I reached the 5th floor of the hospital by stairs, yikes, I began to smell a very fruity scent. I took a deep whiff. It smelled like cherries. I began to walk cautiously down the hallway. Jeanette was somewhere on this level. The lights in the hallway flickered. It was eerie. The smell was softer now. Either it has faded or I have grown accustomed to it. Suddenly a man fell forward behind the corner at the end of the hall.
Please, God, no!
The man screamed. He tried crawling away. He was pulled behind the corner. I sprinted forward. As I was running, I heard the man screaming and what sounded like a buzzsaw. The hall silenced before I reached the corner. As I turned it, I saw the man on his back, dead. His chest looked as though it had been ripped open. No one was in sight. I approached the man cautiously. The horror on his face was still there. I knelt down beside him and examined his name tag. I heard a giggle. I jumped up and pointed my gun down the hall. No one was there. Hello? Did somebody say something?
Nah, Spooky was...
It was me trying to do the fucking giggling.
Okay. Jeanette! I was confused. Another giggle was heard. It was a very satanic giggle, full of evil.
Okay.
It's a Sonic.exe laugh.
Like something I hear on I don't know. If my older sister had a podcast, which she doesn't, but if she did, that sounds like something she'd say.
That's the fucking creepypasta wiki.
Jeanette, get out here! She appeared in front of me suddenly. I jumped backwards. Her figure looked blurry, but I could see her. Do you need glasses, or do you think she's just like fuzzy?
No, her fucking visage, she's made out of white noise.
Okay.
That's kind of creepy.
That, I guess. I mean, I didn't think there were going to be supernatural elements to this, but we'll see, I guess.
I don't know.
Unless maybe there's frosted glass between them.
Maybe.
She had her scrubs on under her white lab coat. Gotcha. Both were blood stained with some hunks of flesh in it. Her glasses and face were sprayed with blood. She was smiling evilly. Her teeth had blood on them, too. So he's seeing a lot of detail for someone who's blurry.
Hello, Theodore.
Okay.
Touch me.
Okay, maybe she is satanic in some way. Maybe this is.
Yeah, she went fucking crazy before the gas hit.
But she went crazy from
how do you think
magic shit?
How do you think she paid? How do you think she paid for her bills to get into medical school?
This is all supernatural shit. I don't know what's going on. She laughed demonically. Jeanette, you... I remembered the chief's words. I pointed my gun and pulled the trigger. The bullet sailed through her.
Holy shit, you're right.
Jeanette grinned. The bullet had literally sailed through her, as if her body was a mere projection. I shot again, this time missing completely, like a schmuck.
And then she stood up and laughed at me like the duck hunt dog, and I tried shooting at her again.
Yeah. Then she opened her mouth and Kefka's laugh came out. I muttered. Jeanette laughed again.
You like it?
She waved her arms around. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's
She
okay.
waved her arms around slowly. Her movements became blurred. I blinked a few more times. I pointed my gun again. This time she moved. More like teleported, actually. She changed form one spot to another. Her movements dim.
The smell, idiot.
She laughed.
Cherries?
I think that's Steve.
I don't know.
No,
It's
I don't know whose name is. Cherries? She took a deep whiff.
Oh, I took the liberty of releasing all of the nitrous oxide on this floor.
She turned towards me.
Laughing gas.
That's not how this works. She began to laugh maniacally. I coughed. She began to move again from place to place. She spoke as she did this. So in the writer's mind, laughing gas is like the fear toxin from Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Laughing
Or
gas
like-
is what puts you to sleep.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, like, if you do, like, breathe in enough gas that isn't oxygen, your mind does start to get a little fucky.
Well,
But I
you
don't
mean
think it
if you don't have oxygen in your brain, yes, of
Yeah,
course.
Yeah, like, I don't think it gets this fucky.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. It seems very controlled by her.
Yeah. She's the scarecrow. She's
Yeah.
like, she's one part scarecrow, one part Harley Quinn, all parts awful.
Yeah. And of course, all chipmunk.
All chipmunk. She activated the chipmunk gene.
She activated her chipmunk gene, and yeah.
Yeah. Her adamantium rage.
She awakens
You know
the
how,
monk
like-
within her.
Yeah, you know how like in Arkham Knight, like Batman is turning into the Joker? Well, Harley Quinn was turning into Jeanette.
Yeah.
Got hit with Jeanette gas instead of Joker gas. And
Yeah.
it all went downhill from there.
Yeah. I mean,
Hang
Harley
on.
Quinn was a doctor.
That's true. That is true.
Jeanette gas, it's just like laughing gas with a little bit of helium in it, so your voice sounds like a chipmunk when you're inhaling it.
That's why her voice.
No, it just
came out-
activates your chipmunk gene, dude. That's how your voice gets like that.
Yeah, like there's actually like a cut model for Harley Quinn in like a DLC for Arkham Knight where she has like a tail and like furry face.
Oh my god. So she's like the midpoint in an Animorphs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and like the whole point of the DLC is to like stop her from transforming furry because she hates being chipmunk.
Yeah, I mean I would too.
I would too, but you are.
Oh no!
I mean, think about it, Bob. You're hairy. You're kind of round. You're basically Theodore. You wear.
I mean, those are pretty
By that
mean
logic,
things
I
to
am
say
also
about me.
Theodore.
You're also green and like 2 inches tall.
Okay, those are accurate. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
By that
You will
that
be.
logic, I am also.
Yeah.
By that logic, I am also Theodore.
We're all
Oh.
Theodore.
It's
That-
Theodore all the way down.
We all monk down here.
There's a little Theodore in all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little Theodore in all of us, babe.
Because we ate him. We broke him like bread.
Yeah. Okay. Laugh with me, Theodore. I think is the line.
Laugh with me, Theodore.
She laughed. She sounded far away.
You know, you want to.
She sounded as though she was right in my ear. I turned and fired, only hitting the wall. My eyes bulged as the walls began to droop. The blood on the walls began to turn purple. I sputtered. Her wicked laughter filled the air. The gas began to take effect. Everything looked as though it was swaying. I gulped and began firing everywhere with no hits. Her
You know-
laughter...
For laughing gas, he sure isn't laughing.
I don't think this person knows at all
It's,
what laughing
it's
gas is.
doing the one thing laughing gas actually does. It's not doing that.
I don't know. Her the gas began to take effect. Everything looked as though it was her laughter echoed in my ears.
Give up, Theodore.
I turned around and she stood in the hallway. Her grin reminded me of the Cheshire Cat. I fired. She laughed and laughed as bullets sailed through her. I shook my head angrily. I pointed the gun at an angle, aiming for the ceiling. I fired one bullet. It was silent. I looked at Jeanette. Her smile had faded. She was staring at her chest. A hole was in her scrubs. I shot more bullets at the ceiling. Jeanette stumbled backwards as the bullets hit her. What? Why is this happening?
Is she on this ceiling? Is she fucking Spider-Man?
This fucking boss fight sucks. The hitbox is so bugged.
The hitbox is... Yeah, you can beat it, but you just have to know where the hitbox is, and it's on the ceiling for some fucking reason.
This is like this is Dead Rising 5 Chipmunk.
Yeah. It's like, it really does feel like a half-designed boss fight, right? Like, the person had all these cool ideas about where Jeanette would be like, when you shoot at her, the bullets go through, and it's like hallucinations happening, and then they were like, but how do you beat her? And then they go, oh, fuck, I guess I'll just put a hitbox somewhere and you shoot it.
If you think this one feels like a boss fight, wait till you get to Simon's.
Oh my god. Alright. Jeanette stumbled back.
Is Theodore the one with the gun, or is Simon the one with the gun?
Theodore.
The gun.
This is a Theodore story.
Yeah, this is a Theodore story.
I stopped firing. She stood shaking. She spit up blood, then fell to her knees and onto her face again. The danger from Jeanette was gone, but if I don't get oxygen soon, I would suffocate. I stumbled towards and down the stairs and ran across the lobby. I burst out of the hospital and sprawled onto the parking lot. I took a few deep breaths. When I felt the effects of the gas wear off, I stood up. I shook my head vigorously. Okay, I said aloud. Jeanette's dead. I turned and began to leave the hospital.
And she is
as
never
I left the
coming
gates.
back.
Yeah, good. I turned and gave one last look to the hospital. As I stared, something inside me built up. I tried to hold it in, but my efforts failed. I laughed and laughed and laughed. I clutched my stomach. I was laughing so hard. As I laughed uncontrollably, tears ran down my face. Tears for Jeanette. I dread the next destination.
That sounds like the name of a romance novel. Tears for Jeanette.
Tears for Jeanette, yeah.
So stupid.
By the way, so I think they were trying to call back to, like, Jeanette, you have to look up.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
That's why you're shooting at the ceiling?
That's so
But
lame.
that still doesn't explain
That doesn't
why
make
it hurt her.
any sense. That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Is it implying that she was actually on the floor above him?
Oh, no, because he walks up to her.
He did, and she did totally kill that guy.
I think what happened was he aimed the gun. He thinks he's aiming at the ceiling, but because he's so fucking high, he was actually aiming it straight forward at her.
Maybe,
and when he was shooting through her, he was just aiming at the floor.
Maybe he was just looking up, but he was just like shooting the gun wildly.
Right, something like that.
Maybe.
So,
I don't know.
Anyway.
You guys want to call it there?
Yeah, we.
Well, there's still an author's note.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
There is chapter 3. Hope you enjoy it. Next chapter will be up ASAP. And yes, I do know I have a twisted mind. Haha.
Whoa.
Thanks for reading,
You're like
Gil. It's so edgy.
I drew like a dark, fucked up version of Alvin and the Chipmunks. Just one peek into my dark, twisted mind.
God. So yeah, so that's the first half of Psychopaths and Alvin and Chimpunk story.
Thank you so much, Bob, for joining us. It has been an honor.
That was intense.
Yeah.
It was. What a twisted, fucked up mind this writer has.
Yeah. There's never been a more fucked up, twisted author to write a story since H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Probably have the same.
And then, what was his first name?
Colonel Shaw. They probably have the same opinion of Middle Eastern people.
Yeah, probably.
So don't contact the author. We've said this before. Don't contact him at all.
If you do, we'll send a missile full of weird, crazy gas to your town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a warning shot.
So that's the warning shot.
Yeah.
You don't want to see me go all out.
Yeah.
Join our server. If you want to hang out with us.
And Bob, should we give a shout out to the Steel Donut even though the project is like retired?
I mean, if you want to, you just kind of did. I mean,
yeah.
I don't have any links for you to share.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like plus like you're fucking all over our fucking in-jokes playlist. We, like, most of the cards in the corner go to the, like, fucking Steel Donut videos. We fucking...
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, because,
Bob,
do
you have anything to promote yourself? Like, any, like...
Oh yeah, anything funny going on the Blake Tester channel? Minecraft
Not
Mockery
really.
2?
Not right now. I mean, I'm in the middle. I mean, as we're recording this, I don't know when this is going out, but as we're recording this, I'm in the middle of an LP series with Connor. So if you guys like, my sense of humor.
What game are you playing?
We're playing Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Fucking, you guys are gonna do a new series called Terraria Travesties.
No, God, no. Jesus. No, please.
I don't get it.
It's because I did Minecraft Mockeries before.
Hard in the corner.
Yeah.
Real funny.
Yeah, and also
We'll do Terraria Travesties.
Also, Cece's Ko-Fi is in the description if you
Oh yeah, donate to her.
needs money.
And also just give me money. Not for anything, but I just want money.
Yeah.
Oh, don't give it. Just give it to me or Cece.
Yeah. And
Like,
so, yeah.
I mean, I also like money. Like, yeah. I don't know.
I love money.
Right.
I think I love money too.
It's okay, guys. It's okay, guys. I'm going mad with power, ironically.
Yeah. So this has been original content, and it has been certainly, most definitely, absolutely been self-inflicted. And something.
Donut steal.
Donut steal. Chipmunk. We're done here.
We're done here. Fuck.
Good night.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
No problem. That is our longest recording, bar none.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Good night, guys.
Good night. Oh yeah, Mr. Meme's going back into hibernation. He's recharging his power.